What's up, heathens? It's your boy Jay, aka Pumpkinhead, coming at you today. If you haven't noticed yet, there's something missing here. And I'll explain that further along in the video. But today's video, I just want to say thank you to all you new subscribers for coming in. And if you're new to the channel, welcome to the channel. If you want to be part of the Heathen Clan, go ahead and hit that little button down in the corner there. Today's video, I want to let you guys know about a little bit of a change up that I've done. Well, I almost forgot. Mr. Wisco Mario was the winner of the 200 subscriber sweepstakes that I had going on here. Sweepstakes, is that what we call it? Anyway, if you guys want to see his content, he is actually building a Dodge Ram van, and you can find him here on YouTube. Just look up this name and you'll come across my boy Mario. He got sent a very nice camping hatchet, and if you want to see the hatchet, go follow him and look for his videos. My battery system that I have planned for this thing, I realized that I would like it to be portable. So on today's video, you guys are going to see a little bit of the wiring changes that I did, and I'm not completed with them yet. But I kind of ran out of daylight and the rain was coming and it was starting to get pretty bad. So I had to shut it down for the evening, and I work nights. If you guys don't know that, I work nights. So anything I get to do with this truck is going to either have to be at night or on my days off, which you guys know how those go after you've had a few malted barley pops. I've decided to do a couple of changes here on this build, and when you guys do projects, you guys know about the changes that happen as you're going along. There's different things. Basically, the camper shell that I had, which had the doors and stuff on it, it would have worked, but again, I didn't realize there was wood in it that was completely rotted out. And it was thin metal around it, and the roof was leaking, and when I looked up inside the roof, they still had that batting type insulation that was moldy and full of water that was just dripping down through the roof. So I'm gonna get a fiberglass shell. I have to have something that's weatherproof here in Oregon, specifically the western side of Oregon. Let's get to the video. I'm going to show you guys everything that I've done so far, and the battery box that I got for my battery system, so I can make my electrical system portable. I want to be able to move my electronics around camp, and I also want to use, since I have two batteries, I also want to be able to use one of those and make it portable, so I can use it for the trolley motor on my fishing boat. And if you guys don't know yet, yep, Pumpkinhead has a little fishing boat, and it's tarped up right now, but that's a bass sitting seat, and then I have another seat back here, and I have a trolling motor, which you guys will probably see in the video. But I have a little two-person bass boat, which I'm going to be fishing the lakes and around here, and I might even go out into little coves of the bay. I would never go out into open water with this, but it's still a great little crabbing boat, and I'll get more into the boat in a later video. But for right now, let me go ahead and show you what I did with this. And it does involve taking that back seat out. I'm a big guy. I'm 6'3", about 270 pounds now. And I've always been a big guy. And I wanted to show you guys something about this platform that I had put in here. And so I'm glad the camper shell's not on there, because I wouldn't be able to show you guys this. America. There's no sagging, there's no bowing, there's no any of that. This stuff is solid. Now watch me bite it trying to get off this thing. I did it. I didn't fall down and bust my ass. If you guys are wondering how I got up there, I'll just show you. This is my cheap $25 Harbor Freight hitch step, and it's basically just a hitch extension, and you can see you can put your other tow hitch in the back of it still. And that's the step that I use to crawl up into the back here. So without further ado, let's get to the video. I appreciate you guys sticking around and check out what I'm doing to. So I've decided to fix this part because I noticed I did kind of a bad job putting that on, so I'm gonna fix that. And the rest of this aluminum here is going to be used to close this in for now. I could remove them later if I want to, but I want a solid bed platform instead of having this open for a footwell until I can get a tall enough canopy. We don't have a camp or anything to set up, so all right guys, so this is my truck, also known as Boo. I've got just a 100-watt Renogy solar panel on the hood, and I'm gonna have to change those bolts out because it looks like they're wanting to take on a little bit of rust. I'll seal them up a bit better. And I have a little light kit on here, so when I'm off in the back roads, I can see where I'm going. I used to have another light bar across the front bumper here, but some jackhole decided that he needed it more than I did. Alright guys, well, I've been watching a lot of YouTube videos on Overlanding and the kind of battery setups that they have. One thing I already have from my previous build out is a couple of AGM batteries, and they were my solar batteries. Well, now one of them is going to be used for the trolling motor to my fishing boat, and for the one that's going to be in the truck, I kind of want it mobile. Now you can go out and buy a jacker unit or any of these other power charge stations that you can find. You can go out and buy one of those, but they're a little spendy to me, and I like to keep things on the cheap. So what I went and did, since I already have that AGM battery, and I just need really one battery for our camp house, which will last you know, for days on end, especially with the charging systems that I have on my truck. I just went and purchased one of these. So basically, this is a Newport Vessels Smart Power battery box. It comes with everything you need in here. It's got a 60 amp breaker, a 10 amp breaker. It's got your connection points for your battery. You've got a USB port on one side, which is cool, but I'm going to be adding more to this box. And you have a power charge station, like cigarette lighter port, on this side of the box, which I'll be adding another one of those as well. And the reason why I got this box, I want it to be secure, or I want it to be out here at camp, or I want to come bring it out here and set it down, hook up some lights around the canopy that I plan on using for canopy, pop-up canopy camping. But I just want this to be removable, or you know, it can be carried somewhere. What the hell do they call that? Portable. I wanted portable power, and so I could bring it out here and plug anything into it that I need to, and when I need it to charge up, I'm going to be putting it back in the cab of the truck, and that way it can sit in there and charge all the time for me. Speaking of which, you can get these on Amazon. I'm not affiliated with any kind of links or anything like that, so that's why I don't post links of stuff. They're not paying me. I'm spending my own money on this type of thing because I like camping and I like to have my creature comforts with me when I'm out there enjoying nature and things like that. So portable power is a must for me. So on the other hand, you guys can see that I had my power coming up through the floorboard there because I had planned on putting my whole setup in here and building out where I had the solar charge controller on a piece of board back here or something for a panel wall and putting that into it. But I watching a lot of these overlanding things, I've come up with a little bit better idea for myself as far as keeping things out of the bed. I'm going to be, don't mind Boo, she's a mess. I'm going to be taking, here's my trolling motor, I'm going to be taking that back seat out. And instead of using the drawer systems and stuff like I've been using in there, I'm going to build an all-out power charge station right here in the back seat. So this side is going to be a little bit of storage in my power station. The other side of the back seat that's going to be gone is going to be where the doggy gets to hang out and have his own little bed and kick it spot, you know. The bed of my truck is only 70 by 80 inches. So I literally have a queen size bed space back here, which is cool, but just for the camping and stuff that I use it for, it's going to be a bit much to just keep everything back here. And if I happen to get a leak in the seal or something, I don't want any of my electrical stuff getting wet and potentially causing a problem. So I've decided to move everything on the inside of the truck. So basically the only thing I got to do now is finish up putting the rest of this bar that I have here, the rest of that length, and putting a connection piece from here to over there, and then from this corner to over here. And if you guys don't know how I'm going to do that, go watch one of the previous videos and you'll see how I pop rivet all this stuff together and make it that stable. But this is just going to be closed over, and everything under here, I'm probably going to put a drawer, a slide out drawer on this side. This side I'm not. This is going to be for all my slide in gear, like my pop-up canopy and camp chairs and things of that sort is going to slide up underneath this part of the bed. But yeah, that little step right there has come in handy more times than I can count. That little step right there will F your freaking shins up. It does. That thing has whacked me a few times. Be careful around this. I thought about painting that little sucker orange so that you can see it at night. I still have yet to get to it. But so what I'm going to do today is, since I've already got basically the bed platform built out the way I need it, and I'm going to go ahead and rip the back seat out of my truck and drill a hole through one of the floor pans back there on the side that the charge station is going to be at. And I'm going to try to figure out how I'm going to hook everything up in there. Once I get that seat out of there, I can see if I need to put a board on the back wall or anything so I can mount all my little controllers and stuff to become my charge station. And I should never run out of battery juice out there camping. I'll have this one, and then I'm going to have another one just like it. I have 2 AGM batteries, and so I need to get another one of those boxes. And so I'll have 2 portable battery stations. And yeah, they might be a little bit heavier than the lithium units and stuff like that, but I paid a quarter of the price. So, yay! It's everybody's favorite time, that is. It's time to clean the truck out. Wish me luck.
I haven't cleaned this truck out in a long time.
Okay guys, I think I have enough out of the way to pop the seat out and drill my hole. So let's get to doing that. Okay, so I didn't want you guys to sit through all the cussing and swearing, but she's out. What a piece of shit. So with a little bit of convincing, it finally came out of there. I don't think that back seat has ever been removed. I've never removed it from the period of owning the truck. But yeah, don't mind the mess. But look at all that purchase that it cleared up for me back there. All that real estate. Just getting that back seat out of there. And yeah, I think this is going to turn out pretty cool. And so over here on this side is where the dog's bed and chill kick it spot's going to be. Over here I'm putting the refrigerator, the battery charging station, and everything. And it looks like I could just probably mount it up there on that wall. And of course I got my jack and everything in here. That's going to stay. But I could also build a little shelf that goes over it. I don't know. At this point, it's all up in the air. But I do have an idea of what I'm going to do. So that's cool. I'm glad that's out of there. So that old Chevy seat, without exaggeration, probably weighs about a good 80 pounds. It's good to get that out of the back of this old girl. That's going to save me fuel as well, just getting that back seat out of there. And I don't have any kids, and I don't haul a bunch of people around. So I'm basically building this to be my my all-out camping rig. Now I'm gonna find my my hole drill set and punch a hole through the floor for my wiring to run up through. And I will be putting a rubber grommet in there around the edges and all that stuff to keep the wires from cutting on the metal, the raw metal from the hole, and it'll protect it a bit. I don't want anything catching fire. Okay, so if you guys don't have one of these, you can get them at Harbor Freight, Walmart. I picked this one up from Harbor Freight, and I think I paid 10 bucks for it. It wasn't bad at all. And all it is you have your assortment of different size holes that go onto this drill bit end. So to run all my wires through, should I go with that guy? Yeah, I think that size will work. If not, I can step it up. So we're gonna go with that. All you do from that point is you take the little provided drill bit thing it comes with, put it in there until it plops into place, like that. Then you secure it with this nut on the back. Get that as tight as you can get it. You could even use a wrench if you want. I don't need it. And that's all it is. Just a little hole saw bit. Just like that. Make sure there's nothing in the way of that pan. And it looks like it's open. You guys can see I've already got my wires ran down here, right? Yep, there we go. So they're already pointed in that direction. So I'm gonna drill a hole right through that floor pan. Okay, don't cheap out on certain tools, because as of right now, that Harbor Freight piece of crap was just that. So now I'm gonna have to drill 2 holes side by side. Just a pilot hole, and then I'm going to a 1/2 inch. I could easily find 1/2 inch grommets. Go. I've already got the 1 wire from my battery isolator switch coming through. Those other hole is going to be for my solar. Okay guys, so I know by wallering out that hole for the solar, I could have just drilled 2 holes and put them each through individual, but what I'm planning on doing is getting some of the Right Stuff gasket maker or black silicone and just coating a big glob right there and moving it around so it'll actually go inside and outside of the hole I drilled. And by having that silicone there, it'll act as a rubber gasket that'll hold those wires in place and keep them from rubbing and chafing. And it'll probably last a lot longer than rubber, who knows. But I'm gonna go ahead and go grab the other charge equipment that I have and show you guys what I plan on putting in here. All right guys, let me explain this to you. So this is a NOCO Genius 2-bank battery charger. Now 2-bank means it will charge 2 batteries at once. You have 2 leads coming off of it, and that's the power cord. So you could charge 2 batteries up at once, or you could take both of those leads and hook them to 1 battery, and it'll just charge it up that much faster. Then I have a main power on and off right here. I did it right. I went to a fuse block, and these are all the wires that I had connected to things in my previous camper. I bought one of these $20 switch panels off of Amazon. Those ports for the USB right there, they're not that great, and neither is that, but it came with its individual switches, and they're all fused individually, which is cool. And then I have my Rich Solar 20 amp solar charge controller. That is what you need to take the solar panel coming off of the hood of my truck directly to this, and then this will go down to the fuse block, which in turn goes to your batteries, and that will charge your batteries up via solar. I have another plug right here that was dedicated for my refrigerator. I do have a little 12-volt fridge I'm going to be adding to this, so I had a dedicated plug for it set aside over here. So all of this stuff here is going to have to go in the back of the truck. What I don't know is if I plan on using that switch panel, because it doesn't do me any good. I don't have anything hooked up to it, and I could probably take that out and put it in the side of that battery box, which I might do. But you need this to get you need that guy right there to get the power from the solar panel to your battery. And then this guy here, you can plug it into your house. You can plug it into a generator if you're boondocking or camping off grid, and that will charge your batteries by generator or by house plug-in, just standard house plug. But I do have that main power cut off, and that's good just in case you run into any problems, or if you're working on the system, you can just shut off all the power to everything right there at that main battery cutoff switch. So I'm gonna have to figure out a way to put this all inside there. Now you will see here, these are the leads from the NOCO. They already come pre-fused, so that's cool. And it comes with 2 of these, 1 for each battery. Here's the other one right there. So you can hook them up to 1 battery or 2 batteries. I had wired this thing pretty good, and these are all the switches on the back of that panel. They're all fused. They have their own individual fuses, and I just put crimpers on there so they wouldn't touch any metal if I happened to turn one on by accident. So there's the panel, all the wiring. I do say run conduit wire holders, that way it keeps them from jiggling around, possibly working loose. And that's it for the main battery. You hook up one side of the power to this, and then the other side goes to your battery with a 100-watt fusible link, or 100 amp, sorry. And that way you always have a breaker, and this is a waterproof breaker style. You can get this off Amazon as well for, I think these are 15 bucks. And then your wire. Disclaimer, and I need to sit down for this. Before you guys start putting together your little projects like this, read about wire size and amperage ratings. Find out what amp that wire is used for and the maximum amp to it. Because if you don't, and you happen to put a smaller wire on something that needs a bigger wire, that's where your fires start. You don't want any of that. So I'm gonna have to figure out a way to get all that into the back of the truck. I'm losing daylight here. I think we've got about an hour of daylight. So I might have to do this portion of it on another video. I only get 2 days off a week, and it's kind of rough getting to these projects and then not having enough light to do it. So yeah, the life of a night worker, if you guys work nights, you know what I'm talking about. Oh, and there goes the sun. So, in typical Oregon fashion, we got some rain clouds coming. So I don't know how much more I'm gonna be able to get done on this video, but the next video, I should have how I'm gonna have it all set up, ready to go. Let's see how much of this stuff that I could actually put away before it starts to rain on me. Yep, I better hurry.